going on, Horror Horde? I'm back. This is your boy Horror Gamer, back with another video for you. And yes, it is another Horror Gamer reviews video for you today. And as you can see in the title, it's a newer movie. It's actually a newer movie. I know I like to do the retro movies a lot, but I figured I'd give you a 2019 one this time around. Now, before I get into it, as always, your boy Horror Gamer's reviews have spoilers in it all day, every day. If you haven't seen this movie, pause it, go check it out. It's on the streaming service Hulu. That's where I watched it. And come back. Let me know what you thought in the comment section. Tell me if I'm full of shit. Tell me if you enjoyed it, and let me know what you have to say. Now, with all that being said, I'm going to give you 1 second, and then it's on. So, all right, that's it. Anything from here on out is on you if it gets spoiled. So, as you can see in the title, today's horror movie review that I'm going to be doing for you is Trick. Okay, so what can I say about Trick? So let me get to the fun facts for you real quick. The Rotten Tomato score for Trick, it was a little higher than the last couple. Still not that great. 30%. Like I said, movies like this really don't get good reviews. They're mainly for the fans. So don't read too much into that, because the Google user score was a 78%. So 78% of the users, they liked it. So where will Horror Gamer be in that? You're about to find out. The release date for this one was October 18th, 2019. So right around Halloween time, this one came out. And it fits because the movie takes place around the time of Halloween. And it's directed by Patrick Lussier. Didn't really see much as I was doing the research of what he directed. But, you know, do your own research. Let me know if you saw any of his other films. Now, the cast in this has Omar Epps. If you don't know Omar Epps, he played Marcus in Dracula 2000. That's one of many of his roles. He plays Detective Mike Dower in this, which he does pretty good. I ain't gonna lie. Jamie Kennedy is in this one. And if you don't know who Jamie Kennedy is, let me refresh your memory. Scream, Randy Meeks, you know, the horror movie survival expert. You know, he's in this, and he plays Dr. Steven. Plays a doctor in this movie. Also, we got Tom Atkins from, if you don't know, he plays Dan Chillis in Halloween 3. He plays Talbot in this movie, which is like a restaurant kind of deal, like a diner. Also, we have Ellen Adair. Now, she don't have many movies, but she does a lot of TV. She was in Homeland. She was in the show Veep. And she also has lent her voice in video games like Red Dead Redemption. And she plays Lisa Jane in this. She plays the sheriff in this movie. Also, we have Christina Reyes. You would know her from Blind Spot. She plays Avery in Blind Spot, which is a show on ABC or something. I've seen a couple episodes. It is alright. Well, she plays Cheryl Winston in this one. And we also have Tom Neiman. And he plays in, you would know him from Blue Bloods, because he does a lot of TV as well. He plays Martin Greer in Blue Bloods. And in this, he plays Patrick Weaver / Trick, the killer. So basically, this movie it starts off, they're at this Halloween party. And Christina Reyes' character is at the party with a bunch of other kids, along with, you know, Patrick Weaver's character. Not Patrick Weaver, the character Patrick Weaver, Trick. And they're playing Spin the Knife. Basically like spin the bottle, but spin the knife. So he spins the knife and lands on a dude. And they're supposed to kiss each other. He's wearing this pretty cool fucking interchangeable mask. And he flips it around because he's got to kiss a dude. He goes up, acting like it, and he stabs it. And basically he just murders everybody at this fucking party. He goes apeshit and murders everybody. Except for, of course, Miss Winston. She ends up stabbing him with a fire poker to kind of like calm his ass the fuck down. So they end up taking him to the hospital, and they have him handcuffed to the bed. And he's just got this fucking stare in his eyes. And he's being looked at, and he ends up escaping. And Mike Epps is questioning him. I mean, not Mike Epps. H0rr0r Epps is questioning him at this time. And he ends up escaping, beating the shit out of him, and, you know, just slicing everybody the fuck up. Well, he ends up taking Miss Winston, Cheryl Winston, he ends up taking her hostage. And she ends up hitting him with a headbutt, and then H0rr0r Epps' character and the sheriff shoot him dead. Well, shoot him, and then he falls out the window. And then he hits the fucking ground. Splat. He's laying there. And here's where, for me, it kind of gets a little shitty. They go outside, and he's not there. This, for me, I don't know if they tried to pay homage to older movies, because right there, for me, right there was Halloween. That was the scene from Halloween 1. Shoots him, falls out the second story window. He's dead. He's laying there, and then when they go out, he's not there. Halloween. Well, and then every year after that, between that and every year, he comes back on Halloween night. Michael Myers, right? No. This dude is a fucking ninja. Okay? Now, some of the scenes in there, the death scenes, were great. Like, there was this scene where the guy had, the one detective, fucking held back with his neck against like a wooden plank or whatever, and there's all these cinder blocks behind him, and basically when the cinder blocks fall, it's going to cut off his head, kind of like a saw trap. So the other detective runs over, is trying to get it off, and Trickster cuts the fucking thing, cuts her fingers off, and the dude's head. Pretty good gore effects. I love the gore effects. A lot of practical gore effects, which I love. I don't like the CG effects. I think the fucking CG effects are stupid. I think they're overrated. There's nothing like good old-fashioned gore. Prosthetics, shit like that. And they use that in this. They use a lot of prosthetic gore, and the gore effects were amazing. The thing that got me, I'm not saying it was a bad movie, but the thing that got me was this dude was a fucking ninja. There was a scene where he's slicing and dicing, he kicks the fucking knife up, and you know, it's like, for me, it was like Michael Myers meets Ninja Gaiden meets Saw, is basically what I got out of this. Now, they did pay tribute to a couple horror movies that I caught the Easter eggs. From Dusk Till Dawn, the sign said open from dusk till dawn. And then also at the maze, there was a killer clown from outer space mask hanging on a pike. I enjoyed that. I enjoyed the little nods, but I'm telling you, the movie in general was okay. I just didn't like how overpowered it seemed that the killer was. And it seemed like he was supernatural. Okay? Well, come to find out, I'm not going to get too detailed into this because it's a newer movie and I want you guys to see it. Sorry about the birds in the background. They have these alarm clocks that make birds noises, and trust me, it scares the shit out of you. I was sleeping, and then you hear birds chirping out of nowhere. But I'm sorry about that. But here's where it's the plot twist for me kind of hit, where I was like, holy shit. So, big climactic ending here. They're fighting Trickster. And they end up getting the best of him to the point where H0rr0r Epps tackles him out of a window, and they both fall onto a car. And as they land in the car, this guy, Trickster, he's dying. He looks over and he recognizes him. And then this van pulls up, and then here comes out two more Tricksters. Get where I'm going with this? Yeah. And then the cops roll up. And they were checking on Omar, and the one cop turned around, another Trickster, and shot his partner in the throat. So basically, it was a cult, is what the way they explained it. It was a murder cult that came around every Halloween and killed people, and they did it under the cloak of this trickster fellow. Come to find out that he was still alive. He was the security guard at the hospital that was in a wheelchair. So all these years he was, able to, cook up tapes and stuff. And he was, so he was being sneaky. So that, it was okay, but for me it was eh. And then to even make the pot a little nicer, they revealed that Jamie Kennedy's character, Dr. Steven, I don't know, he was the doctor, like, who would patch him up, or like the night that Patrick Weaver went crazy and was able to escape was because the doctor slipped him the key to the handcuffs. So it ended up being a cult thing, and then they're sitting there and they're going to travel to somewhere else. And then at the fight scene, Omar Epps got destroyed. Like, they stabbed him like 20 times. Well, he survives. Him, the sheriff, and Cheryl decide they're going to go hunt these guys. So basically now it's them hunting the tricksters. And then that's where it ended. So, what I would give this movie, this is a tough one because it was okay, but I didn't think it was the best. For me, it was towards the middle. It started becoming a little bit of a rough watch. Like I said, don't get me wrong, the gore effects amazing. Some of the kills were pretty good. It's just I didn't like how they made the guy the ninja, and then at the end of the movie you find out that it really wasn't even him. They were just his legs and his arms and stuff. Like, he was the mastermind in the wheelchair. He was the guy in the chair basically at the end of the movie. So I'd have to give this a 7.9. Not the worst movie I've ever seen. Definitely not the best movie I've ever seen. And I'd give it a 7.9. Definitely check it out. It's worth at least checking out one time. Like I said, don't let mine or any other reviews turn you off on this. It's worth watching at least one time. I just didn't enjoy it as much as some people might. So, but with all that being said, Horror Horde, let me know in the comment section what you think. If you enjoyed it, if you didn't like it, if you were on the ropes about it like I was, let me know. And don't forget to subscribe, hit the ding-a-ling-ding-ding button. That way you're always in the loop when your boy Horror Gamer puts out a video. So until next time, this is your boy Horror Gamer saying, as always, don't fear the darkness, embrace it.